Yo, what's good, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Party Podcast, where we give you all the hottest sports take with a little bit of lifestyle and cultural impact. It's your boy D Lamp.
Hey, it's your boy Melo.
What's poppin'? What's poppin'? It's your dog Huncho.
And it's your boy Blade. I'm just playing, Jay. I'm just playing. I'm just joshing.
How y'all boys feeling, man?
I'm doing all right. Could be doing better, but it's whatever. We gonna keep it pushing. I'm glad we on episode 17.
17. Let's
One
get it.
cell.
One sound.
Who would have thought? 17 episodes.
Bro, we only getting better.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. We gotta do something for Big 2-0.
Yeah, we were playing something out. I don't know because we gonna have to do something for episode 2 too.
That's true.
Nah, facts. Big facts.
That's true. Big facts, big facts. We always gotta show love. You already know how the party get down. Y'all ready just to hop into it? Look, we had a good week last week, bro. We had a real good week last week. We got to keep that momentum going.
We on a high horse right now.
Man, we gotta
Make sure y'all check out Space Jam this weekend. I'm excited. Just make sure you go check that out. I'm excited.
Hey, go check out Klay Thompson and Space Jam.
I'm pretty sure it'll be good. It'll be good. So let's see. First on the list. For cultural and lifestyle, it's the party, and the party we can't go without talking about 2K. So first thing I want to talk about is what's the best soundtrack throughout all these 2K generations or whatever the case may be. Y'all tell me what's the best soundtrack to y'all. What had y'all like jamming? Even though it's crazy that now they be adding like new songs every month, but what really got what soundtrack got y'all vibing? Let's start with my boy Jay.
I'm about to say don't start me.
So I actually we always talk about 2K, and it's a lot that they can do better in like gameplay wise, but one thing they don't never miss on is soundtrack. I think we fail to mention a lot of times like the music in games, bro. Like it adds to the essence of it. So with that being said, personally, I really enjoy 2K15 soundtrack. I just enjoyed the whole KD vibe. I think it was also the timing of when I was playing it as well. But personally, I think 2K17 is the best because it got that good balance. Like you got your like all of them be having like their little rock and roll song, pop songs and stuff. But like this 2K started to bring in the R&B too. So I ain't never really thought that I can like really ball to come and see me. But I'm balling. I'm just balling, vibing to the soundtrack. So like I said, like fan favorite, I really like 2K15, but I think 17 is really dope. And I think actually like 19 wasn't a good game like at all, but it had a really good soundtrack.
No, 19 soundtrack was hard.
Yeah, 19 soundtrack was really good. So with that being said, let's keep going. I'm gonna toss it to Melo.
Bro, we on the same page here, bro. Listen, but and Jay, you put it perfectly, right? The game had a complete sound, right? Musically, it had a complete sound. It had a little bit of everything. It had a little Future. It had a little, like you said, it had the rock songs. It had the R&B. It had the songs that we wouldn't listen to in any other realm. But even you just singing "Come See Me for Once," it just took me back to when we was playing the park, when we were running the park, bro. when we was at the Rough Riders, because we struggled at the sunset. You know what I mean? So when we were running at the Rough Riders court, I just remember it just brings back good times, bro. So anytime, we even in the party. I remember we'll be online, like we'll be all actually on the PlayStation still to this day, and we'll we'll skip through 2K17 soundtrack just to put us back in that vibe. So 2K, I believe 2K17 has a timeless soundtrack. Like I said, and it's because it was a complete soundtrack, not because of just hip hop songs or just it's every genre.
Yeah,
It was not too many misses on that soundtrack, bro. It wasn't too many misses. Huncho, talk to me.
Man, I feel like we obviously it's gonna be like those couple ones that we talk about and everybody says. I can't talk about this and not put 17 in there because 17 was tough, and then just the memories I have of playing 17. That was before I even started running with y'all in the game too, so I can only imagine if I was running with y'all back then. It'd be crazy.
Bro, that was some peak Kevin James, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I'm already knowing.
Is that the year that you retired?
Yeah, I retired. I had a pure playmaker.
Hey,
I retired.
Jalen was in the Hall of Fame.
I ain't never retired a player in 2K.
So Jalen has.
Bro, he was so cold, bro. He was so cold, bro. Like, and he had like I had to work for his buckets too. That's why it was fun too. Like, I really had to play that game to be good with my player, bro. Because I couldn't shoot.
If I'm not mistaken, I think that was like before. Because now like when you do the Hall of Fame or whatever, they got like the criteria stuff that you got to meet, and they put like the check marks. I think they did back then, but it wasn't like as noticeable. Unless I'm tripping.
They did.
Bro,
they did.
All I know is that one time I tried to retire, bro.
I know, I wasn't close.
Bro, I tried to retire one time, bro. And I retired, but it was like there was nothing after that, bro. I couldn't run park.
If you retire, you either go to the Hall of Fame or you just retired.
See, but it was
sick, bro.
But it was so good for me because like I never like because I'm used to playing like games like with like my brother or with my friends right there and stuff. So Lamp really opened my eyes to the park because he was like, bro, you might as well come and play in the park, you know what I'm saying, and start using your player that way. So like the fact like we had the trifecta, bro. Like I'm talking about like shooting, athleticism, playmaking, like we had it all in 2K17, bro.
Yeah, 17 was tough.
Bro,
yeah, so
man, I tried to retire too, bro. And
bro,
I went to go work part time after I retired, bro. I couldn't do nothing else.
They kicked me out the league. It was like, you want to retire? All right, cool. We'll see you later. Nothing else happened for that.
Hey, I was like Paul Pierce and I retired 0-0-0, bro. That was my last game. Get out of here, bro.
That shit was bad. Yeah, bro. But yeah, I'll say obviously 17 is in there soundtrack wise, but my personal favorite honestly is probably 15, bro. 15
was nice, bro. 15 was nice.
They had they had that Pharrell in there that do. How does it feel? That just went crazy, bro. Yeah, I like 15 just because it had like more so of like a old school kind of feel to it.
Bro, Grinder was on that boy too.
Grinding on there, drop it like it's hot. Yeah, that's it right. I hear that junk every time when the main menu come on. I'm like, yeah, it's time.
Bro, me and Lamp song was Mama used to say, take your time,
yeah, man. Yeah.
Bro, as soon as the game started, bro, that beat was so up, and lifting. I was like, yo, I'm gonna play 2K.
Hey, I knew the soundtrack was hitting one time because I think I brought my game back to my crib. I think I was on like break or something from like football or whatever. And I brought my game back to my crib. I was just chilling. Had my music playing. My mama come downstairs. I think that song was playing. She started dancing. So I'm like, oh yeah, this soundtrack different. No, yeah. 15 was crazy. So that I'll probably say 15 for mine. What you got, Lamp?
I mean, I feel like we all on the same page because not to mention 2K12. 2K12.
Yeah.
Nah, 2K12 soundtrack was tough.
They did.
That's when I feel like 2K started to like they knew what they was doing when they was picking songs. And sometimes 2K would bring songs over from like a different 2K onto the new, and I had no problem with it. So and a goal of mine has always been and still is, I want to get one of my songs on 2K. If I can get on the playlist, what? I feel like I did what I was supposed to do. But like y'all said, 2K17. I feel like 2K17 was the most complete 2K to me in my eyes, and their soundtrack was immaculate. But like y'all said, 2K15, man,
that soundtrack was hard, bro.
That soundtrack was like, it covered the whole spectrum to me. And like you said, that Mama used to say, that was my song.
That was a hit, bro. That was a hit.
That was a hit. But for real, I feel like they hit the whole spectrum. They had Jay-Z on there. It was just a lot to listen to. And I always, like, this is how I knew like their playlists were fire when I would catch myself singing songs that I've never listened to. I've just heard them on 2K, and I'd be singing the lyrics. I'd be like,
bro, I've downloaded songs from 2K.
Yeah,
I got them in my on my phone.
Same here. Yeah.
I'd be like, because I would catch myself like singing the lyrics. I'd be like, where I hear that from?
2K.
And then I play 2K, and lo and behold, that song would come on, and I'd be like, yeah, okay, let me go ahead and get that on my playlist.
Yeah.
So I feel like 2K has always had like good choices when it comes to making their playlist, and I feel like they always had good collaborations. Like the one time they collaborated with LeBron or like whoever. I think did they collaborate with 2 Chainz one time? I feel like I don't know, but I feel like they've always had good playlists and people to help them get the songs that they know the basis of 2K players would love to hear. So, I'm gonna go with y'all on 2K15. My personal favorite is 2K15.
16 was nice.
16? You said what?
Yeah. Did you say 16?
No, I said 2K15.
Oh, 2K15
was my personal favorite. 2K15
yeah, mine too.
Cool. And then shout out to 2K17. I feel like it was most complete. Yeah, I feel like that was a nice nice combo, nice lifestyle and culture.
Kick it off.
Before we switch over, I gotta test y'all 2K numbers real quick. We gonna kick it back to like y'all. Which 2K is this song from, man? Hold on.
2K, that's 10.
That's early. That's some early 2K though, ain't it?
Next door, you can't hear it.
Just turn that mess down. This sound. Is that 14?
That's 13.
That's 2K9.
That's 2K9.
That's 2K9. That was a theme song for 2K9.
That was some early, bro.
Was KG on the cover of that one? Yeah. Okay, yeah. KG was on the cover of that.
That was when I first started playing 2K. Because before that, I was in the city where we're in. And I think 2K8 when 2K8 came out, I think Chris Paul was on the cover. No, was that Shaq?
Hold on, I gotta do one now. I gotta test y'all knowledge. Let me do a song. Let me do a song. Let me do a song real quick.
I was gonna say 2K9, bro. I knew it was early. Early.
You see, I said 10, so I was like, man.
Kobe was cut on 2K9, bro.
Cut, bro. Used to be giving the big three work, bro.
Over. What you got, Jay? Turn it up.
I know.
Oh yeah.
Here we go. When you walk on the sidewalk, innocent.
Hey.
I'm thinking 16.
When that
Melo got it.
That was PG, wasn't it?
That was 16.
It was 16.
Was that PG?
No, that was James Harden, Steph, and AD.
Oh shoot.
PG, yeah, we can never forget PG. PG was the lowest screen.
Hey, I was living with Lamp, bro. Hey, Lamp game would take like 20 minutes to load, bro. I'd be like, Lamp, bro, what's up, bro? Why you ain't on? He like, bro, I'm still waiting on my load screen.
We'll hit Lamp up. We'll hit Lamp up before we about to play. Like, just turn your game on now, bro. Let us know when you're ready, then we can go.
Every time I set my game on, it was taking so by the time it got to the end of the year, it was over.
Man.
Hey, bro, that's just take it back right there, boy. That take it back all the way right there. That's good, bro. That was a good segment, bro. That was a good little segment,
Yeah, that
bro.
was fun, man.
Thanks, man. Good stuff. Good stuff, y'all.
What we got next on the agenda? What we got next?
Let's kick it to we gonna switch it up. You know, normally we I say that football and basketball are the main topics of our show a lot of times. So we gonna switch it up today for y'all. So um to talk about baseball. So pretty much, you know, we all know that when it comes to the sports world, um, basketball and football are in the spotlight a lot. Um, I feel like baseball is too, but not as much. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say. Well, how y'all feel about it? Like, what do y'all feel like baseball is lacking? Do you feel like baseball could, like, how does baseball get up there with basketball or football in terms of like popularity or anything like that? Let's kick it off to
because
yeah. Go ahead, Lamp. No, go ahead, Lamp. Let's get it.
no, I was just gonna say it's crazy because I feel like a lot of the times when we talk about football, I feel like what football needs to do is empower the player, and I feel like baseball kind of does that. Like they make sure their players are set for the most part, especially when it comes to contracts and stuff like that. You see that baseball players are most likely well off, like especially with their contracts and stuff. But I feel like baseball as a whole, they're in the mindset of the old. Um, I just feel like when it comes to basketball and even like you see football, even though sometimes their hand is forced, but you see they're trying to get up to times with regulations and what may happen with what's going on with the culture or whatever. And I don't feel that's the case with baseball. I feel like baseball needs to catch up when it comes to stuff like that because I just feel like they're stuck in their old ways. I feel like baseball hasn't changed in any major way or drastic way for I don't know how long. So I feel like in that aspect that that can help them like just trying to like reach out to the fan base because your fan base is always evolving. So you got to make sure you're up to you keep up with the time, especially because like you need your fan base. You need your fan base to be growing, multiplying, and all that stuff. So I feel like baseball needs to evolve a little bit more, if anything.
Let me challenge. Let me not even challenge you, rather. Let me ask you a question.
Right.
Because of their traditional values of the sport, like what can I guess what's the answer, bro? You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that you have to give it. It's more. I guess I'm just throwing it out there. Like, what's the answer for baseball? You know, they're the sport that's the most reluctant to try things. I guess.
Exactly what I was trying to
yeah, and they've done things lately, but it's almost like it's gotten to a point where even them trying stuff, it's going to take a while to get back to like neutral before we can start pushing it forward, if that makes sense. But like I said, my big thing is it's like, what do you do with your baseball? Do you embrace the players more? As far as marketing, do you try to find ways to change how, like, you know, with the NBA, like you said, they do different rule changes. The NFL speds the game up. How do you speed the baseball experience up?
Exactly. And I think that's a good point because I think what captures a lot of people's attention is the tempo of things. Like, I think nowadays, like people's attention spans are so short. With all this stuff, social media, phones, and stuff like that, everybody's trying to get your attention. So I feel like when the game's prolonged and it's stretched out and it's slow, I feel like you lose like some audience that would be there for trigger to watch. Like let's say if maybe it's a little bit more faster speed of pace, like the pace of the game changes. Maybe that brings more people in and to be more interested because, like, I've watched baseball. I've been to a baseball game, and when I tell you it is long, it's long. Like, I feel like if you're watching baseball in person, like it's for a certain type of fan, and like I feel like a lot of people might not be accustomed to a game being that slow. So I don't know what the answer is because there's so many things you can do. Call me sway because I don't have the answers.
And it's weird because, like, obviously, when comparing it to, because Van brought up basketball and football, when you comparing it to those two sports, innately basketball, football is going to be more entertaining, right?
Yeah.
There's much more going on. People aren't just standing around. Whereas in baseball, I mean, you just think about just a normal at bat. I mean, this dude's standing around and may not even move.
Exactly. Don't let 2 innings pass where everybody's been striked out.
But which is crazy though. That's good, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, so it's such a baseball is such a unique dynamic from the standpoint that what makes you good is also what makes it boring for some or struggle some to watch. Jay, what's up?
So, I'm gonna go a different route, and I honestly believe my perception really plays into where I'm from and how I grew up. Like, we grew up playing a lot of baseball. I was in Little League. I know that it was a lot of other people like me, like African Americans, doing this. You know what I'm saying? We play Little League baseball and stuff. I'm from a city where I'm from a sports city. I'm from Chicago, so these people love their Cubs. They love their White Sox, and honestly, this has been one of the most enjoyable moments in my life. Being able, we used to take field trips to go to see the Cubs or to go to see the White Sox, and it's actually a very, very enjoyable thing. Like, baseball games are really fun. Now, when I thought about this question when we posed it, and the reason why I really wanted to talk about it, because I'm just going to keep it real. I'm just going to keep it as real as possible. In football and in basketball, I see people like me get into the league. And I'm not saying that's a problem of baseball, but baseball needs to appeal to a wider audience, because we just talked about last week with the Olympics, with the Sha'Carri Richardson situation. Like, we shouldn't stop supporting, the people who worked hard, our brothers and sisters who worked hard, who represented the country. And I think if we had that dynamic in baseball, I feel like we would rally behind it, honestly. So I think the infrastructure of baseball, I think that the league should work in unison. The city should work in unison. I think Huncho did a really good job on his Instagram of broadcasting like a jersey swap. I think that would be so dope if you had a Chicago night and the White Sox wear a Bears type jersey or a Bulls type jersey. You know what I'm saying? To appeal, fashion appeals to everybody. Music appeals to everybody. Comedy appeals to everybody. So with that being said, like Melo said, the NBA, the NFL, those appeal to people, you know what I'm saying? Because we have people, not only do we see greatness from our people, and not to say that we haven't seen that in baseball, because shout out to Jackie Robinson and all the greats in baseball, you know what I'm saying? But in that time, they were fighting for something. So now, as we continue to fight, I just feel like baseball needs to appeal to a wider audience. I think they need to look into the Little League World Series a little bit more. I think in college, there needs to be not only, scholarships are good and stuff, but when you get drafted from college in baseball, you got to go to like triple A's, the double A's, you know what I'm saying? As with you're doing football and basketball, early on, people were coming out of high school, and now people are one and done coming out of college. So you have an opportunity. You have the G League. You have these supplement leagues that you can work out in to get your chance. So baseball needs to open up in that dynamic and appeal to a wider audience, and I think it will be fun. Like, it's an enjoyable experience. Go ahead, Len.
Let me add on to that, because a lot of your points were great on what they need to do, and I feel like I can see what you're saying, and I can agree with that. But the first part of what you said was the traditionalism, and like you coming up, I've played baseball, and playing baseball and watching baseball are totally different things. So when it comes to people who are brought up loving the sport. Maybe like you said in Chicago, people love the Cubs. When you were brought up to love that stuff, that's where most of their audience comes from. Like the traditional role of things, because baseball used to be that sport, the American sport. It used to be that. So coming up, people would be taught to love that sport and play that sport or whatever the case is. But like right now, like I feel like we have a whole bunch of new generations that are looking for something, like you said, that are looking for something to appeal to them.
I'll do you one better. I'll do you one better. Let's think about this. When we were young, Melo talked about it. You got to sell your stars. I don't know about y'all. I know Lamp for sure, but I played backyard baseball on the computer, and Sammy Sosa was in there. Barry Bonds was in there. There were big names. So that's a way that you can sell to an audience and stuff. Like even like the MLB games, I enjoy them to a certain extent, but I would rather play, and I'm gonna definitely get back into Madden with y'all, definitely, because I used to like Madden more than I like 2K, you know what I'm saying? But even with that, like that was a different alternative, and it was a way to pitch your stars. So like Melo said, you got to get that star power too, and it's obtainable, but you got to do that work.
And I feel like, but before Van goes, we're going to talk about, like after Van goes, we're going to talk about what you brought up, which is attaining to a wider audience. And I feel like what we bring up after Van goes ahead and gives his spiel, will bring out that part of what you were talking about. So go ahead.
Facts. Yeah, y'all all made great points. So for me, when you look at the sport of baseball, right, I feel like for the difference between basketball and football, obviously, aside from the speed of the game, I feel like you can be, how can I say this? Basketball and football, I feel like appeals to America or people in general on a wider range. Simply because it's more exciting for one. It's more advertised. People are actually seeing people from where they're from make it to these big time platforms. So it's much more I guess desirable, or it's much more
marketable. It sounds like you're saying marketable.
Yeah.
It's kind of marketable.
Yeah. And when you think about baseball to me is more so of a geographic sport, depending on where you're at.
That's a good way to look at it, Huncho.
So, like for instance, just how Jay said, with him being from Chicago, well, I mean, where Jay's from, there's two major league teams. You know what I'm saying? And if you look at Detroit, Detroit has a team, so it's a lot of people that are in Detroit that are into baseball as well. So going kind of towards the minor league route, it all connects. Essentially, if you took away, which this is kind of why it ties in like this too, Jay, I feel like, but like Jay said, when you get drafted to the major leagues in baseball, you have to go through this pipeline of their teams, if it's AAA, AA, whatever the case may be, and then just work your way up from there, and then go into the major leagues. And NBA or basketball and football, you can get drafted and boom, you can be right on the team right there.
Right. Some of these people start their careers in their prime, like 30, right. 33 to like 37, 38 is your prime in baseball. Like some people start baseball at like 30.
Yeah.
Like professionally.
I feel like baseball needs that though, because going back to what I was saying about it being a geographic sport, if you took the G League away from the NBA, or if you put NFL really even got semi-pro for real that's connected to the NFL directly.
In a way, dude.
What you mean?
Just with college football.
Oh, college. Oh, yeah. 3
years.
Yeah.
And obviously
that is true.
In a way, though, with them having to be there for so long.
Right. You have to.
More.
Right. Yeah. I see what you're saying. But if you took those elements away, I feel like the sports at their highest level would still be fine. I feel like it might take like a step back, but if you took the G League away from the G League away from the NBA, I feel like it would still be some sort of okay to continue to run forward. Just because of the fan base that they have already established, the excitement of the sport, how much people are interested in it and everything like that. Baseball needs that. So if you, for example, in Grand Rapids, we have the Whitecaps, like that's so that they bring more attention to Detroit sports and Detroit having a baseball team. Like if you're not from Detroit, you're not going to be, or if you're not in like a baseball town, you're not going to really be, showing the sport like that because you're not around it that much. So baseball needs that just because the game it's not like these other exciting sports. You're not having people run around 24/7. You're not always interested in watching the sport because it's up here sometimes and it's down here, and it'll be down here for like who knows. If you got somebody that's pitching a freaking no-hitter, you might as well freaking go get some beer or something and enjoy your time. It's over. Because you ain't getting no hits, but I don't know, man. It's
Braves games are really fun. They pretty good. It's like you said, it's just atmosphere. Like you said, like even in Atlanta, like I done been to a Hawks game, a Falcons game, and a Braves game, and they all lit.
But that's the thing. The in-person experience ain't the issue.
Yeah.
Because even like I can watch a baseball game in person just fine. Like I've been to multiple baseball games in person and I've thoroughly enjoyed myself.
Yeah.
It's
at home on the couch,
which is where I'm right because the way that baseball is set up.
Go ahead. I feel like you're gonna say what I was about to say. I think.
Well, let me just finish this point. The way that baseball set up, the games are in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
So like you can't. Well, some games are in the middle of the day, right? So to an extent, you're not even giving yourself a chance to be seen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we at work, and if it comes down to me watching baseball or me working, I just it's just some of the way that the league has gone about itself. It makes you just scratch your head at times too. Like I said, it's not the in-person experience. I think we can all agree that when you go to watch a baseball game in person, it's a lot more entertaining than it is on the television.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Go ahead, man.
No, I was just gonna say, just to your point, and I'll transfer into the next kind of baseball related topic that we're gonna talk about. But to your point, in person, with baseball, it's a lot of like pauses and breaks or whatever in between innings or whatever, and team switching, coming in and out of the field, whatever. But in between that, they obviously do like fan activity stuff and like some stuff that keeps the fans interested and attracted to what's going on and intrigued or whatever. Obviously, with baseball on TV, you got freaking commercials. So if the game is boring and then you just watching commercials, you're not finna keep watching that junk. You're gonna change the channel. Unless you just like a dedicated baseball fan, you're not about to sit there and watch the whole baseball game. You know what I'm saying? So
I feel like all the leagues deal with that because devil's advocate, somebody's gonna say somebody who don't like basketball and at the at-home experience, they probably feel the same exact way. So I think the reason why I was bringing up Atlanta was to Huncho's geographic point. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a big city. So Huncho's point was valid. Yeah. That's why I was saying it.
And that's
and y'all still correct too. Yeah, about what Melo just said. It's still facts because some people just like. Let me watch some music videos, man. Let me listen to a 2K soundtrack.
The crazy thing is, how many casual fans do these leagues have? I feel like football and basketball are more likely to have casual fans rather than baseball.
Facts. Yeah, you'll have somebody, if somebody doesn't watch football, if they're just flipping through channels, I guarantee you they stop and watch football for a little bit. If you don't watch baseball and you flipping through channels and you see a baseball, you just gonna keep flipping. You're not finna. Yeah, but speaking of baseball, just to kind of go into another topic. As you know, or as y'all know, if some of y'all don't know, Stephen A. Smith went on a rant about, and this is kind of going back to Jay's point about baseball appealing to other demographics and all people. Stephen A. recently went on a rant about baseball superstar Shohei Ohtani. I don't know how to say that brother's name.
Yeah, Ohtani's right. I don't know how to say his first name. Ohtani's his last name.
Yeah, Stephen A. recently was talking about him. And for those who don't know, Ohtani is balling right now. He is doing something that hasn't been done in about 100 years. He is somebody help me out right now.
He leads the league in home runs, and he's also a pitcher. He made the All-Star team on playing both positions.
That's what I call.
That's tough. Yeah, that's tough.
Nobody out here working double time like that.
Man, double duty. What you said? Double duty.
Double duty. That's double duty.
Can I go first on this?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I got you.
I'm gonna keep my. Go ahead.
I'll finish to say what Stephen A. said real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
So Stephen A. pretty much said that he doesn't think that it helps that the number one face of baseball is a dude that needs an interpreter, so you can understand what the hell he's saying. That's what Stephen A. said. So go ahead, Jay. What you got to say about this?
First off, regarding Stephen A.'s rant or whatever, it was ignorant. He did go on air and he apologized for it. You know what I'm saying? So you got to watch what you say. But to Ohtani, man, that's excellent. That exactly to my point. Like that's good for baseball. You need that. Like we're just talking about backyard baseball. You can sell that, but also you just got to think. The reason why the NBA is getting better. The MVP the past couple of years have been from Greece, and Jokic just won, and he's an international player. Like that stuff is Sabonis. Like these are really good players. Like it just shows that worldwide, like you can play these sports. Like I think that's excellent for the league. You need that representation in your league to make it better. And I think baseball, they need to sell that. They need to back Ohtani because he is a dog. He is a beast. Like he almost won the home run derby too, but he got tired, but it's okay. You know what I'm saying? But that's good for the league, man. And that's all I'm saying. I'm gonna just keep it short. You got all these international players, all these international stars that are really bringing light to the sport on an international level. So that's good for the sport. And I'm gonna toss it to D-Lamb.
All right, for sure. I agree with you 100%. You hit it on the head. I'm gonna make mine quick too. Stephen A. He always somehow figures out a way to put his foot in his mouth. I don't know how. And then you do the same thing that you blame Paul George for doing. Stop talking so much. My thing is they say Paul George brings half of the stuff that comes upon him on himself. So does Stephen A. I see what he was trying to say, but you went the wrong way. You definitely went the wrong way about trying to say that. But he apologized. I guess he's used to apologizing. So look,
except for Kwame Brown, he won't apologize to someone of his own. But
he apologized for corporate.
Yeah, he knew he messed up. You can't talk about the best player in baseball like that. He tried to say ESPN didn't get a hold of him. They made that phone call. Hey, Mr. Smith, come here. you okay? We're ran by Disney. All our movies have international people. There's movies from everywhere.
Listen, that's the thing. Like they said, y'all gotta embrace that. Like, for example, the people in the Asian community want to see that. You want the people of Asian descent want to be like, oh, I can go play baseball too. Maybe I can do the same thing. Maybe I can make some history, break some records or whatever. For example, when the Rockets and the NBA started to embrace Yao Ming.
Oh, you took I was going there too. Go for it.
Yeah, I ain't even go Yao Ming. He was huge.
Community went crazy.
Man.
Went crazy.
That's why they love D-Wade and Clay and them. That's why they love him down
song
there.
every time he went in the game. Had a whole
Look,
song.
now we wonder why baseball is where it's at.
They used to be. Yo, mean.
That's the thing. Like, you got to embrace that stuff. They're embracing their international players. So now more.
Oh, man.
You good, man.
Y'all mean.
Bro, people
in
grade school, elementary school.
Dude. But that junk would be rocking, bro, just because they're actually putting y'all at the spotlight.
Exactly. And they'd be getting hyped. So like I'm saying, you got to embrace your international players. You see, basketball has more. They've embraced their international players more and more. So now you can literally say 4 out of 10 NBA players are getting their international.
Mm-hmm.
Like
the top ones.
Exactly. Like the top players are like they're really are coming into abundance. So like when you can see that and you see that on the screen, you get some type of it becomes relevant to you. Now you can dream about maybe I could do that. Maybe like now I want to work hard to be a baseball player. But it don't happen until you embrace those players. So Jay, you hit it right on the head. Go ahead, Melo.
So actually, Van, go before me.
Okay, yeah.
Because I want to tie in the next topic with
for sure.
What I wrap up what I say. So go ahead.
But no, I'm gonna be quick too. Yeah, kind of going back to what Lamp said about. Honestly, I'm gonna keep it at Yao. Like that's case in point right there. Like,
yeah, I mean,
I remember, bro. Like, I remember how the league or just how the Rockets atmosphere was every home game, but even away games, bro. Like, you had people that were literally coming from dang near from China to watch this man play over here. So, if anything, that's better for your franchise. As much as these owners love money, you would think that this would be what you're advertising. I mean, if that's what y'all are trying to go after, I mean, this is something that will build your franchise in that way. But I mean, if you got somebody of a different ethnicity or a different background, embrace it. Like, put them at the spotlight. Allow them to be, if they're your best player at that point, allow them to be seen. Ain't no point if it was somebody else, you wouldn't hold them back from being that. If Derek Jeter, when he was on the Yankees, if he was of a different ethnic descent, y'all shouldn't treat him no differently or not publicize him as much as you were. Like, it's the same thing. If this is just your player at the time, that's your best player, you should advertise him as that.
I mean, they took the MLB did take advantage of A-Rod though. That was smart. Alex Rodriguez was sellable. You know what I'm saying? So they need to do the same thing with Ohtani for sure. Man. To your point, Huncho.
The thing is, it has to become abundantly clear for them to understand that if I embrace this player that might be different ethnically, it does nothing but broaden our fan base.
Man,
but that has to, like, for traditional companies and stuff like that, that has to be put in their face again and again to show that it's a working plan, it's a working product. Like, okay, the last 10 people did this and profited off of that. So now let us take a chance and do it.
Right. But to Melo point, man, we didn't even get to talk about it. Who on the cover of 2K22?
Oh, we did. I get it.
Who on the cover? Luka.
Two of the cover athletes.
Yeah.
Are foreign-born players. Dirk is on one, and then obviously Luka got the head cover. Shout out Candace Parker.
Shout out Candace Parker. We gotta do that too.
And Chicago Sky.
Yeah, that's another, bro. Honestly, just to kind of talk about this real quick, this is pretty big what 2K is doing right now. This is not only you have a woman on the cover, first time ever. Congrats to Candace, and you have, like we're saying, you have people from out the country on the cover as well. So this is like, I mean, I can't say that they're not stepping out the box and doing something different. You know, I can take my hat off to them for this.
But that's how you That's how you push your sport forward,
That's
right?
Push your sport, yeah.
What have they done? They've embraced they're embracing Luca. They embrace Dirk. They're embracing Candace Parker. Like, you're pushing the league forward, and that's what I'm struggling to understand. Why baseball is like
preach Melo.
It's like they to an extent. It's like, okay, like it's cool, but like it ain't, like you said. You can feel there's still a disconnect between the international players and like how the MLB like goes about trying to do, how, like, instead of embracing them, there's still a disconnect. What I was going to end it off by saying is, going back to the NBA. The NBA has embraced it so much that even the Team USA is struggling to win.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. And it's because they've embraced the world, the global game, and the rest of the world is getting better. And guess what?
Talk about it,
Guess
Melo.
Guess who's profiting off of it?
Talk about it, Melo.
The NBA.
Talk about it, Melo.
Hey, I like
Man,
how
y'all boys spend some real talk, bro.
I like
My
how
goodness,
you did that,
man.
Melo. Hey. I like how you did that, brother.
Yeah, but hey, let me just add this on before you go ahead.
Woo!
Just talking.
Y'all boys talking today.
Like you said, internationally, like, it does nothing but broaden your target audience. So guess what? Now that Candace Parker is on the cover, you know how many WNBA players are gonna buy it just because? You know how many females that like basketball because, like you said, they just put WNBA into 2K. You know how many females that like basketball are going to finally want to play 2K because now I can play with a woman? Like, it just, like you said, it brings it. Everybody wants to feel included. So if we can include everybody, everybody's going to want to come over here because now everybody feels like they can relate. So now our audience becomes way bigger than what it was when it was just these people over here who liked it or who felt included and could relate to what we were doing. Now everybody can relate. So now everybody wants to buy the product.
Bro, imagine believing that the best player in the world can't be, or in baseball, right? The best player in baseball can't be marketed because he has an interpreter, bro. Like,
That makes no sense.
Are we serious? Is that where we're at in 2021?
Bro.
Stephen A., you got exactly what you was looking for. Again, keep it up there. Anywho, let's keep it rolling, bro. Let's keep it rolling. Speaking of that Team USA, fellas, what are we seeing with Team USA right now? You know, is it a big deal? Is it a no big deal? I get it that, you know, for those that don't know, they did lose 2 exhibition games, one to Nigeria, and then they doubled back and lost to Australia, which both have NBA caliber players on it. Obviously, Nigeria, for example, once again, talking about the rest of the world catching up. Nigeria at one point got beat 153 to like 70.
80 points. They got by 80 points.
Right? And just so for them to come back within the span of X amount of years and beat the Team USA, what is that? Once again, that's telling you how the product of the league, like, it only helps everything get better. It only helps everybody get better. Going off to that real quick too. Look who's in the final. The 2-time league MVP, the Greek freak. They've embraced it. That's why everywhere that name is Greek. The Greek one. What Nike said, the Greek one, right? Like, that's the name of his shoe, the freak one, whatever it is, right? Like, they're embracing those things. So tying it all in, but we definitely want to talk about Team USA though. So big deal, not a big deal. What y'all take away from those two losses? They did bounce back, I believe, and they just won their last game. They beat France. But let's talk about those 2 games. Is it a sign of something to come? Maybe. Jay, what's up?
Also DeAndre Ayton, just side note, from the islands, from the Bahama Islands. He's not from here. Shout out to DeAndre, Giannis, international. But honestly, I talked to Lamp briefly a little bit about this. Honestly, USA basketball, and I just think it's to the point. I just think, like I said, Melo just speaking some real talk, like, because that product of the NBA is so well. Like, honestly, me personally, like I said, I really don't care because, you know, deep down, I know we're the superior. The NBA is the superior level of basketball, so I'm gonna just leave it there. But my thing is too, Team USA, they lack size, and to the point that we're talking about the transition of the game, a lot of these bigs, they're watching the evolution of the game too, so they can spread the floor out and everything too, and they can also bang down low. So I think Team USA will be all right. They got squad. I mean, honestly. I was telling Lamp before I would toss it off, when these other countries win gold for basketball, they're celebrated. There's parades, there's a big hoopla, you know what I'm saying? But when Team USA win, it's like, all right, they're supposed to win back to the NBA season. So my thing is, that's just how I feel. It's like I said, the representation is always good. We always want the USA to get the gold. That's where we're at. That's where we're from. But I mean, if they win, we gonna be like, y'all supposed to win. But like, if Nigeria won, Nigeria would throw a festival for a year for these guys. You know what I'm saying? They would put on for their teams and stuff. So I honestly, I really don't care. I'm not really worried. We got a lot of talent. Greg Popovich. Hopefully, I trust you to get it together. So let's see what D-Book, Middleton, and Drew Holiday brings. Also, too. Bradley Beal is in health and protocol, so they're looking for someone to replace him right now as well. So shout out to Bradley Beal. So shout out to B Bill, man. Hopefully get well soon. Wish you the best, but like I said, I ain't too worried about it. And honestly, I'm gonna keep it a buck. It's whatever to me. I want some good basketball, and I'm gonna pass it to Huncho.
I'm actually with Jay on this one. Honestly, I really don't. I'm very indifferent about it either. I really don't care. But I will say it's that the USA team obviously does have some of the best of the NBA in it or on the team, obviously. But just seeing how the teams were in the past and what it is now is just so different to me. For one, no. But I will say that obviously with Popovich being there, I feel like he'll be able to string them together and figure something out. Just the prolific coach that he is. But I don't really care about it.
And like Steph not playing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like if it was more stars in there, like maybe.
And nothing against KD in them, you know what I'm saying?
But, facts.
Steph ain't. I guarantee you, if Steph was playing, they ain't losing them games. If Brown was playing, they ain't losing them games. I just think they just gotta come. They just gotta come together, and I think they will. That's why I'm not worried.
Yeah, I will say, I think that's kind of why I really don't care, is because the people that I wanted to see playing in it aren't in it, or the people that I'm used to seeing within it aren't in it. So it's kind of like to me, but. We'll see. I think they'll be all right, though. What you got, Lamp?
All right. So let me break this down real quick. There are multiple variables why they lost the first two exhibition games. But the key word is exhibition. They don't matter. These games don't matter. The thing is, and let me break down the variables. Y'all just brought one into play, which is not all the NBA players are playing. Not all the NBA players want to play in the Olympics. So we don't have the cream of the crop, but that shouldn't matter either way.
Right.
USA has been smacking teams left and right for I don't know how long.
Right.
The last couple of years, we haven't got first. Okay, so that's another point Jalen also brought up. So these teams have a target on our back. Nigeria lost by 80. So what do you think they said when they came back and we were on the schedule, even if it's an exhibition game?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, y'all thought y'all were going to beat us by 80 and not hear from us no more? All right, we gonna let y'all know what we've been doing. So. When you're the champion, everybody wants to give you their best shot. So that's what happens to the U.S. Every team wants to beat the U.S. because the U.S. have been the top dogs and have always been the top dogs for however long we remember. So to pile on top of that, the team is not constructed well. Like you said, they lack size. So it becomes harder for them to guard the paint. If you watch Australia, they just had a layup line for the paint. So those things do play a part, but also these guys aren't used to playing together in a team setting. These aren't the guys, like you said, this is not LeBron who's automatically going to know who needs the ball when Dame is a phenomenal player, a logo boy and all, but he's not Steph Curry. KD can play with Steph Curry because Steph Curry plays an entirely different way than Dame. So these guys got to get used to playing with one another before we go off the deep edge on, like, we're going to get smacked by these teams. Okay, we lost a couple, but that happens, especially when you're trying to get cohesion between the teams. So let's see what happens when actually game time and it's time to actually put the money up. So I believe, like y'all said, I believe they'll get it together. They'll start to figure out one another's tendencies and how each other plays, and figure out how to get the team game going instead of ISO. So we'll see what happens. I believe they're fine. They're all right. Like I said, exhibition game will be an exhibition game. So, but also I want to bring Pop up while everybody's bringing Pop up, and I'm kind of tired of him making up these alternative stories to benefit him. Like when the media was asking him about the Australian loss, and he's talking about these teams don't lose, they don't get blown out. We haven't been blown out. Yeah, we have. We blown teams out on multiple occasions. So I mean, I feel like instead of trying to just make yourself look good and deflect, let's own up to it. Yeah, we had bad games. We had a couple bad games. This is what we need to do. This is what we need to fix moving forward. There ain't no need to bully the media because we don't like what happened. Like, and I don't know why, but Popovich, he's always bullying the media when he don't like the questions they ask him. But that's neither here nor there. Like I said, I just wanted him to actually own up to what happened. Like everybody for a fact know we've blown out teams in the past, and when they ask you about it, don't make it seem like it's never happened because you want to look good for whatever the case may be. But go ahead, Melo.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I was of the mindset that you guys had originally when all this was going down. When they were they lose the first game, like, okay, okay, we're not gonna, let's not overreact, right? They lose the second one. This team is poorly constructed, and we're not talking NBA. Yeah, remember that. This is things that you could do in the NBA. You can't do in overseas, like when you're playing in this style of basketball.
And that ball smaller too,
bro. There was just a video of Zach LaVine trying to learn the different moves that he can and can't do because they'll call trouble. The stuff so these pros are having to relearn essentially the fundamentals in order to even be able to adhere to the rules of the overseas ball.
Because guess what? NBA doesn't call travel. Mm-hmm. They don't call trouble at all. Like, so that adheres to what you said. Like, they gotta learn the fundamentals because for some reason the NBA doesn't care about that no more.
Mm-mm. Why care about the fundamentals? We can just let people do whatever and we reward them. Anywho, 95% of me say it's no big deal, but that 5% talking to me, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro, because the people are forgetting we haven't looked good. We didn't look good either. The last, what was it? It wasn't the Olympics, but in between then.
Yeah, the last one where we had
Jason
Tatum,
we was getting blown out.
Kimba, all them dudes were out there.
We was getting blown out then too. Like not blown out, but we weren't winning.
We were losing. We came in second.
Like we didn't look good then. So in the last like 10 games, Team USA we aren't doing what Team USA is accustomed to doing. Now, like I said, 95%, okay, no big deal exhibition. But the way that which they were losing is the issue. Because like Lamp said, and when you're playing Olympic style basketball, the rule changes. Hey man, I don't know. You can get away with just having a perimeter oriented team in the NBA because they call everything. In this, you can just get bullied down low, and it's just gonna happen. Mm-hmm. And we don't have no one that can even guard the post outside of like our best defender down low. I can make a case to Draymond.
Yeah,
I can make a case to Draymond. He's 6'6". He's the tallest, right? But you don't get KD to go ask him to go do that the summer.
Of course.
You know, you get KD just to make sure he can get open buckets all summer. You're supposed to have a Tyson Chandler or somebody of that nature that to do all that.
We've always had that.
The
Jordan.
Yep.
All that.
Yep. So no, you're good. So I'm curious to see what they do with that last spot. With that,
they better hold Cat play. They better hold Cat play, bro.
Hey, why they disrespect Cat so much now, bro? Like,
bro, Jimmy Butler messed that man's career up.
Bro, I was watching Undisputed, and they're like, "What American-born centers can play in the post?" I was like, I don't know. There's only a dude that averages like 27 and 12. That he's up in Minnesota, but I think he'd be just fine. He's a 7-footer, like he'd be just fine there. So, like I said, long story short, and all that to say, I think they'll be fine. But their deficiencies are glaring. And if you play against one of these well-coached teams, like not in Argentina, but in Australia, Spain, even in Argentina. I mean,
yeah, even in Argentina. Argentina good.
You play some of these well-coached teams that they're not gonna beat themselves. That's why Patty Mills can go to Australia and be just fine. That's why
they're familiar with each other, Melo. They're familiar with each other. They've been playing ball with each other. So
I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna jump off the deep end, but I'm listen. If we don't get a gold, it would surprise me this year, bro.
I feel you. And one more thing to add, like I believe like it's team play. Like these other teams, like you said, they're real coached and they're playing team ball. We're not playing team ball. So my thing is, if we're not like we can't depend, especially if we're not going to make our shots. Like if we're not going to make our 3-point shots, which the team that's built, that's what they're going to rely on. We're supposed to make a whole bunch of threes and outscore everybody else, which is what this team looks like it was built to do. So if you're not going to hit your threes, it's going to be a long night.
Who's that team's best playmaker?
Damian Lillard.
Close. Draymond. Thank you. Great. Think about this. This is not good, bro. This is not good. This is a recipe for disaster, man. Honestly, they don't have a playmaker. They have no size. They can't rebound. Only thing they can do is shoot threes, and that's if they hit them.
That's what I'm saying. They're not hitting their threes. It's going to be a long night. So, so if anything, you guys are going to have to play team ball. Like you guys pick a team that's supposed to play like Golden State, but don't have the players that know how to play like Golden State.
You took the words out of my mouth because that was my last thing I was gonna say. You got all these one-on-one players, and even Coach Popovich can't take a bunch of one-on-one players and turn them into a system. Because our players, what AAU is doing to our players is taking systems out of basketball. So that's why, these teams that run systems are so hard to guard still, because that will always be it's something about having to guard everybody and constant movement, and that's what made Golden State was perfect because they had the system plus the great players plus unselfish. Like it was a great.
You can't move faster to the ball.
You cannot. You'll never be able to. So I'm interested to see how this finishes up. This team, like you said, we're gonna harp on this a lot. It's poorly constructed. They lack size. They can't rebound. They have no playmakers. When Damian Lillard is your best playmaker, there's some we're in trouble. Because Damian Lillard's playmaking is not the first, second, or third thing I think of when I'm thinking of Damian Lillard, and that's with all due respect. Because Damian Lillard, to me, is the second best point guard in the league right now. So, speaking of though, we have a final series going on that I believe is 2-2. Because what happened to the Sons of Force train? All those Sons of Force tweets I was seeing after it was 2-0, they're starting to dissipate. And I still don't think the series started.
I think Heat and Gentleman's Speed, but like you said, I believe last week you were saying it doesn't start until the home team loses.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, everybody held served. The series is just getting started. We'll see this game 5.
Facts.
Game 5 will tell us everything we need to know. Because if they go and listen, real quick, and I'm gonna kick it off because I just want us to have open discussion like we did last week on this, bro. If the Bucks find a way to win Game 5,
they're not losing Game 6. If the Bucks win Game 5, it's over.
Yeah. And I say this because even the 2 games they lost at Phoenix, generally, if you outshoot a team and out-rebound a team, you're going to win. That's a winning formula. It's proven.
And imagine this. The Bucks won last night, and I think Drew Holiday shot like 2 for 18 or something like that.
They had a worse field goal percentage than
the box score, so don't quote me. But all I know is that man was throwing up shots, and they were not going in.
Listen, bro. All I said, Giannis needed one help. He just needs one person.
House.
My
boy Drew was shooting a brick house, boy.
Man, that boy was. I don't know
what Drew be doing.
I went in at the rim, but hey, bro,
Giannis get one person to run with him. It's bad.
But think about this. Throughout the playoffs, the Bucks have only lost one game where Drew Holiday scores 20 points.
Because all Giannis needs is one person. I told Lap, bro, me and Lap were talking last night, and then I want y'all to go ahead and hop in on this. Me and Lap were talking last night, bro. I was because of his the 2 prior back-to-back 40 and, 10-plus rebound games only been done by 2 other people in NBA history in the finals. I say it made his stat sheet look bad last night. 26, 14, 8, and 3 blocks and 2 assists. They said that's never been done. A stat muse tried to find another player that had that type of stat line. This has never been done. So we couldn't even. We were just like, oh well. I mean, he had 40 and 10 because Middleton had 40. Go ahead, Jay.
Riddle me this. Game 4 was Giannis's best game this series. I think Game 4. Look, and I just think this is just tying into what we've been talking about these past few episodes. Giannis is slowly becoming one of my favorite players. Like, let me tell y'all this why. Let me tell you why. Like, you cannot root against this man. One, this man solid 10 toes down, want to win with the small market, bro. Yeah, bro. He getting his team involved, bro. 8 assists, bro. He had 26 points, bro. Giannis, first of all, when Giannis started the game, bro, I'm like, wait, what's going on, bro? Because he got off the court with like
2 minutes in.
10 minutes, 2 minutes in. Yeah. So I was like, what's going on? And when he came in, I was like, man, he a little timid right now. But the way he was stealing the ball, bro, that block was amazing, bro. That block was beautiful, bro.
That block.
Make sure y'all probably was. Oh my goodness,
that could possibly not. What you talk about a game? That block could possibly win.
Change the series,
bro.
Yeah,
changing blocks, bro.
Bro, but let me tell you, this man coming off the screen guarding D Book. Now D Book was going crazy, bro. 42
turned around.
My man's turned around, bro.
Beautiful, bro. Honestly,
that's what he did.
Giannis is slowly
find the ball
one of my favorite players, bro. He's slowly becoming, bro. I honestly think that Game 4 game is just really showing his evolution. And I tweeted that. Make sure y'all follow me, J_Tay24. I said that. I said I think Giannis can still get better throughout his prime. It's crazy, bro. I don't think he's reached his ceiling. So. Excellent game, man. This is a great series. Go ahead, Lamb.
For sure, definitely. The only person I know of that can guard a screen and roll by themselves like that is Draymond.
Yeah. He said Kevin James.
Kevin James.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's crazy. And for all the people who are watching and now think I'm a Giannis hater, I'm not a Giannis hater. Giannis doesn't need a bag, and I was telling Melo this last night. Giannis doesn't need a bag to do what he does. He's unstoppable. Just the way he's built, you can't stop him, which is why I said they need a wall in the playoffs because Giannis is usually the person that you need to stop. Because if you take the past years that have happened, Giannis has been stopped. And that's because they built a wall and he had to figure out what he needs to do to get around that. And everybody's been telling him he needs to shoot. Not necessarily. As we can see, if Giannis becomes a playmaker, last night, y'all said was his best game. He had 8 assists. And that's because he trusted his teammates. How many times did he pass it to Connington for a 3 that was a change of the game? And most people would be like, yeah, Connington shouldn't be shooting that shot. But
I'm one of those people.
But Giannis believed in him the way that he believed in his team. I'm going to make the right pass. I'm going to make the right decision because I know as soon as I get the ball, it's 3 or 4 eyes on me trying to figure out how they can stop me. So as long as I make the right decisions, we're going to be good, which is what we've seen. And I also told Mel last night, which a lot of people probably don't know, Middleton, he don't care about game 1 or game 2.
He was laughing in a press conference after the games.
he didn't care about game 1 or game 2 the whole playoffs. He don't care. I'll chill out, but let me just get myself together because when game 3 comes around, y'all gonna know my name, which is what happened every series. As soon as game 3,
no, tell them no stats, bro.
If you look at his stats, the first 2 games in every series, he's averaged 18 points. After game 3 and so far on out, he was averaging 27 points. And it might go up because he just had a 40-point game.
Yeah. That 40-point game, big. That's going to put him in a whole different mindset.
So, he's a totally different player from game 3 on. So, like y'all said, don't let them win game 5.
Can I say one thing before you go, Huncho? And Remy, I know you be doing the edits. Make sure you zoom in on me when I say this. Monty Williams, because we ain't even get on Phoenix yet. 1, Chris Paul. This your only shot, bro.
That was my next point.
You better get to it. And 2, Monty Williams. Listen to me when I say this. You need to get Cam Johnson more shots, bro. That boy Cam Johnson is different, bro.
Cam was eating him last night.
Bro, y'all need to play Cam Johnson more, bro.
I don't know why they don't.
To another universe, bro. Why you do PJ like that, bro?
And
PJ was out there running up and down the court, bro.
Yeah,
that's all PJ was doing last night, bro.
But that's the beauty of it. That's all they need him to do, bro. He's a good glue guy for them. We was talking about that early before the playoffs start. We was like, man, PJ Tucker is a good sign for Milwaukee, bro. You don't need him to get no points, bro. You need him to be out there and frustrate them. No, I'm talking about PJ.
Everything on the statistical scoreboard, he had more fouls than anything else, which is a problem for me if you're going to be a hustle guy. I'm going to need something else than just fouls.
Just think, bro. PJ Tucker gave him absolutely nothing. Drew Holiday gave him less than nothing. And they still won that game. This is all I've ever said, and I'm gonna push back on your one point about the wall in the past real quick, and then Huncho, please go. The issue ain't been him trusting his teammates, because he's always been. We had a discussion on that earlier this year. We were trying to blame International for him being the way he is. I'll do whatever for the team.
Yeah, whatever my coach said.
No, they gotta make shots. True. The 1 year these fools actually decides to make some shots, and we still, and it's really Middleton, and Drew really, like, Drew has been, golly, Drew's been terrible. Middleton outside of he's
even against himself.
Against himself, that's the only dude. Listen, that's the only dude that Drew been locking up, except for Chris Paul last game. Because I've been watching Drew get cooked night in and night out, bro. The only dude he's stopping is himself. So the only thing I'm gonna push back on is, yes, I agree with you. Two things actually. One, his bag is different. His bag he don't have a traditional bag, but he can get to the rim anytime he wants.
And exactly,
he hit a spin move so crazy that last night.
And I'm gonna say that's his special. And that the only reason I brought up the whole bag thing last week was because I'm saying, like, a person like KD.
Yeah, he don't got a James Harden, KD, Steph type of bag,
like,
you know.
Oh, yeah.
My thing is, KD can get to the rim too. Maybe not to the extent Giannis can, but he can get to the rim too, which is a part of your repertoire. So my thing is with Giannis not being a lethal shooter, that's why I was saying, like, his bag is smaller than most people, because a lot of the stars can go to the rim and they can shoot and they can dribble, which all adds to your whole repertoire.
And it's crazy because we see it similarly but opposite. Because of the reasons that you say that make his bag less, I'm like, bro, he can't do none of that, but he averaged 30.
And that's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
I'm saying he doesn't need a bag. Like, he can go to the rim. Like, nobody can stop him so bad to where he can average 40 and not need to have a pull-up or have a three or anything like that.
But I think that's where the misconception. Okay, I think that's our misconception. To me, the ability to get to the rim like, let's be honest, outside of currently in the NBA currently, James, maybe there's no one that can get to the rim at will like this dude does. When they know, like, the defense knows.
They can't stop him.
Yeah, and like you said, it brings two different.
And I guess so. Like I said, I think about it from that standpoint because even though, Jay, we talk a lot of stuff about slashers on the game and stuff. This, like, the ability, like, it's one thing on the game when it's just he's the number one option as a dude that can't do none of that. That's why I said we see it similarly, but because of those reasons, I give them even more praise because I'm like, dude, they know what you're gonna do.
Mm-hmm. And the only reason I think the way I think is because in my opinion, if we're gonna look at that, Kyrie's the best player in the game because he can get to the rim whenever. You can't stop him from getting to the rim, and he's only 6'3".
Right, but you have to respect his jump shot. You have to respect his handles. You got to respect quick. Like, you don't got to do none of that. You just got I just got to let this happen. You put a smaller dude on him, Jay Crowder. What are you gonna do here? Give it to me on the block. I'm a hook. You put DeAndre Ayton on him, I can go around Ayton or I can go through Ayton. Ayton, you pick which one you want me to do.
And that's what makes him a great player in my eyes, because he can do all that without having all these extra skills.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason I was talking about the whole bag situation.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. Like I said, I get what you're saying. I just, like I said, I don't want people to forget that getting to the rim at that high a level with very limited tools, I guess you could say, that is why he's as highly regarded. Like, dude, if Giannis pulls this out, we're getting into best player taking over the mantle once KD and Bron get up out of here. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, dude, I told Daryl this last night, fellas. He has a Hall of Fame career already.
He does, bro. He does.
And he's 26.
And he's 26. Yeah, he's 26.
If he gets the finals championship, he will be the MVP. So let's hypothetically he wins this finals and gets the MVP, right?
Oh no, you said finals
MVP. what is there left for him to do in his career?
Yeah, bro. He got a defensive player of the year.
He's got defensive player of the year. He's been first team defense. He's been first team All NBA. He had
got 2 MVPs.
Yeah. If he win this right now,
the league is scoring. If he complete, like, there's nothing left for this dude to do at 26. LeBron couldn't even say that at 26, bro.
Yeah. If Giannis pull this out at this point, he just building for the rest of his career. That's it.
And the most impressive thing, he didn't do it the way that Bron had to get his first title.
Right.
Talk about it, man.
He stayed.
Well, how a lot of people had to get their first title. Sure.
A lot of people. And I say Bron,
down.
I only say Bron because Bron was the best player regarded by
the face of that.
Yep. So, and I only say that for that. Even KD's no different. KD had to hop, and granted, he hopped on Steph's train. But this dude took, once again, he is taking Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday.
PJ Tucker, 0 points, and Brook Lopez, bro. Look at this starting five, bro. This greatness we witnessing, bro. This is greatness.
Once again, this is all on if he's able to pull this out. We got to start having some real different conversations when we started discussing Giannis. Like I said, he already has a career. If he's able to pull this out, he has the career accolades already to be able to start putting his name in that hat against anybody. Not saying he's better than people, but like I'm just, as far as accolades in his career, there's nothing else he really at this point could even do by the age of 26.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Huncho. Get in this conversation, bro.
All I gotta say is Bucks and 6, man. If they pull this game out away at the Suns' crib, it's over.
Phoenix can't lose game 5. They can't.
And Phoenix has to do a way better job of. When I look at the whole rebound, to me, rebounds are big in basketball, obviously. But as far as they did a great job on the defensive boards, whatever. I mean, at that point, if you get the ball in transition or whatever, you score, then you just do. But if you're not getting offensive boards are big. They only had 5 to the Bucks 17. You're not gonna win like that.
And the Bucks were struggling too at the beginning of those.
And the Bucks shot worse than them.
So the thing is, Ayton can't be Phoenix's only pillar. Like, now they're actually feeling like them missing Sargent's presence.
He at least another 6'10" body you put in front of him. Now you got to go to Jay Crowder. Jay Crowder's 6'6".
Jay Crowder can't do nothing with that. So, like,
look, it's one thing when he got LeBron on the block.
It's a whole different thing.
It's a lot different when you got to guard Giannis on the block, bro. Hey, bro.
So Giannis is getting people in foul trouble at this point, and they don't have enough bodies to contain him.
And he making his free throws. We didn't even talk about that. He making his free throws in this final.
Which he was doing through most of the season. I had Giannis on my fantasy team. Giannis, I mean, he was up and down, but he had a lot more ups and downs. So it doesn't surprise me that he's doing it. I'm happy that he's doing it, but it doesn't surprise me.
So one more thing I want to say, and then
go ahead, end it for us, man. Go ahead, end it for us.
CP.
I'm glad you went there because I was like,
definitely.
Him off the hood.
CP, you cannot disappear like that.
He can't.
You cannot, or else this is 6, like my man said, and 6 is going to be wrapped because.
Wait till y'all see my tweet.
You've done everything in your career to get to this point. And in my eyes, you had your worst playoff game last night. And you've had plenty of playoff games.
Bro, I seen it early. He threw that pass in between Jay Crowder and somebody.
Bridges. It was Bridges.
And it was like in the first quarter, and I seen Jay Crowder's face. Jay Crowder was like, bro, and it was over after that, bro.
Bro, that was Giannis' face every time Drew got the ball.
Yeah, I would too. I would my face too, bro.
But yeah, bro, we can't, like, if this is what you want, because this is your only chance right now. I'm gonna tell you that this is your only chance because next year the map is going to look a whole lot different.
Look, I said it this year that they wouldn't be Golden State. I know for a fact next year they won't be Golden State.
Next year is rare.
The NBA map is going to look a whole lot different. So, and that's the crazy thing about this final. both teams. Like this may
Yeah.
be your only chance before something big has to happen for you to get to this point.
Exactly.
Yep.
So CP3, this is your only time, and you're not 26.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. So your chances are dwindling. So if you don't want to be that guy to be in the same group with all the great players who haven't won rings, you got to step up. D-Book can't score 42, and it be
y'all lose. Facts, bro. Facts. Talk about it, bro. And all you need is and that's the you have. And like I said, that's the only reason why I wanted to say end it, because I can't wait for y'all to send my tweet. But my thing is, you can't have.
Take us into it.
You can't have all these young guns, bro. These young boys, bro. These young boys worked hard, bro. They work hard. All you got to do is control the game. Point guard, be the point guard, bro. Control the game, bro. Because if we being honest, Phoenix shouldn't have lost that game.
Hey, we gonna wait there because I got something to say on it too. But I'm gonna trust you what you saying about your tweet, bro.
And we gonna segue into the next day, and that's the only reason why, because I know my tweet gonna spark some conversation. So the one and only game we love to play it here. We love Twitter. We love your tweets. What the tweet? Don't even need a further introduction. Remy, bring us in. I don't care who you put up. Let's get it started. I am ready.
Oh, that's me.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
And we could.
I'm sorry, bro. These comments always you kill. They take me out every time, bro.
We could keep it. Yeah, let's keep it where it's at. Best rivalry I've ever watched. For those who can't see it, and it's a picture of Russell Westbrook and Damian Lillard.
Wait, this your tweet, Huncho?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Just know that all I want to do is one thing, bro. This is when that rivalry ended, bro. Bombs away. when he clapped it up after he made him shoot that three, got it, went down and hit that three for 30, and then hit bombs away. Yeah, that was when that rivalry ended, bro. It ain't a rivalry no more. You see what Dame underscore time? You was right. It ain't even a rivalry. You laugh?
Oh, me?
Actually, no. Let's get Jay. Cause I want Lamp to go live. I know Lamp gonna have stuff.
I'm about to say Lamp gotta.
Lamp, you gonna have a real I ain't gonna lie to you.
I'm gonna just say this. I thought we were doing what the tweet and not profit or stop it. Stop it. Next. And I'm done. Go ahead, Huncho.
No, it's on Lamp.
Oh yeah, this Huncho tweet, so it's on Lamp. Yep, go ahead.
Listen, y'all. If we talking about mano, it's a whole different story. Y'all talking about team-wise. I'm not even going to include Thunder and Trailblazers. No, that's not a rivalry. But if you want to talk about these two guys right here, that's a different story. And Dame be like, I respect Russell. I don't even be trying to have no back and forth with them. But them boys go back and forth. And when I tell you it's always good to watch, for me, I like it. Because one thing about Russell is certain players that's going to motivate him to go further than he already goes, which is 110. And I feel like Dame is one of those players. So if we're actually talking about player-wise, then I can see this being an actual good tweet. But team-wise,
remember, the point I brought up was only about that highlight of he shot it when they was guarding each other. Russ, he got baited into shooting the three. Mm-hmm. Dame got hyped and was like, yeah, he kept calling for the rock, came down, hit the three, bombs away.
That's cool, but I've seen many times where Russ has killed Dame. Gave him 40 piece, and Dame has not responded. So, I mean, if we want to talk, we can go back and forth. There's been many times, Russ, bro, you can't guard me, you little. I've seen it. And I've seen him say it to his face. And Dame didn't respond. So, I mean, I see what you're saying, which is why I say, okay.
I was thinking player versus player too.
Their team are neither one of these teams are great, especially when they were
right.
They're not there was an evenly matched up a team if you could get.
Right, I wasn't even looking at it from a team point either because
okay, I'm gonna get you going here in a second. Don't worry about it.
I just don't think it's the best, man. I just don't think it's the best rivalry I've ever watched. That's why I'm just like, no.
I wouldn't say that either. But I can see it's a good rivalry.
Yeah, you know, Brody, my boy. That's my favorite basketball player. Russell Westbrook is definitely my favorite.
Because of Brody, is entertaining. Like that's because what Russ brings to the game. Like that's
right. Russ gonna bring it to anybody.
Yeah. Period. It don't matter if it's. Yeah, I'm with you.
It don't matter if you Colin Sexton or you Steph Curry. Russ gonna bring you.
Mm-hmm.
No shade to Colin.
I'm just saying Dame is one of those players that's gonna bring it. Like, because Dame, Steph, KD, Russ play any of those.
He got a little fire under him. I feel it, bro. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And Pat Bev.
Pat Bev.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know if I wouldn't. I say I like. I guess the rivalry. I wouldn't say like it's the best I've ever seen, but I mean, I do like seeing them go toe to toe. But what?
Oh, my bad. I was just looking. I was like, Dame World and Dame Time. Dame World had the tweet. And Dame Time was. I thought they were both the same person. I was like,
he was contradicting himself. Why you even tweet this, bro?
You good, Remy? You good? You get to pull it.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead. You can switch over.
Huncho. Who do we have next?
It's funny because my tweet I did for a reason. So we're going to
golly.
Ooh, here we go. Let's go.
All right. So I told you I had something for left today. So current Luka or MVP Russ. Let's go. I want to start Huncho and we can because I already those two. These are Russell is their favorite player. So one of their favorite players. So go ahead, Huncho, because I know you like Luka.
I do ride with Luka, but
I'm gonna just preface this. There's only one right answer.
I gotta go.
Okay.
There's only one right answer.
I gotta go MVP Westbrook, bro.
Thank you, Huncho. Come on, man.
I got to. As much as I rock with Luka, Westbrook was. Yeah.
The key word is MVP.
I'm gonna keep it short and sweet.
The reason that man got MVP.
What you got, Jay? Go ahead.
MVP. That was an amazing season. I will never forget that season, bro. I will never forget that season, bro. And my thing is that's what we fail to talk about too. It's the theatrics of the NBA too. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot going on. They trying to beat up KD and Russ. You know what I'm saying? So just in the midst of all that, it was just a beautiful thing. And I think it was really different too because it changed the conversation. You got it, because even James Harden said it. You know, I had to be the best seed to win the MVP. Russ was the 6th seed and he won that MVP. You know, so I just think it really played true to us reward, and that's nothing against Luka because I think, and that's why I'm not picking Luka because I think Luka's going to have him an MVP season. You know, Jokic was our MVP this season, and that didn't take away from Luka's greatness, but Russ was just different that year.
The more I look at this tweet is kind of disrespectful, dog. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and it's nothing against Luka. It's nothing against Luka, but I'm going Westbrook, and this was Melo tweet, so I'm gonna pass it to D-Lin.
Yeah, let me go ahead and say Westbrook for the win. No disrespect to Luka. Luka still has a lot more to learn. He has a lot more time to grow. If you ask me, Luka for the last 2 years has done his best Russell Westbrook impression. So,
which is what?
I'm gonna control the ball and rack up a lot of stats.
Would you say that Russell was pretty much by himself that MVP year?
Yes.
Would you say that Luka is pretty much by himself in current?
Yeah.
So are we officially getting he is by himself and that he plays with a donkey?
If we're gonna say current, he was by himself, yes. But last year, I mean, Porzingis wasn't.
I hate Melo, bro.
I mean, he plays with a zebra. My bad. He's a zebra.
Bro, I can't with this man, bro. But I mean, yeah, but I'm just gonna say I haven't seen like Luka do what Russell does or what he did his MVP season.
Yeah.
And contrary, that I feel like Luka still has a lot of time to prove that he can do that.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to prove it. He's going to prove it. He's going to be an MVP. He's going to be an MVP.
Yeah, of course. I totally believe that 100%. Like,
I do too.
he's, what is he, 23?
22.
22.
He's about to be 23.
So he has a lot of time, and I wouldn't be surprised if he gets MVP next year. So,
then we can revisit this tweet.
Yeah, facts.
Let me clear up. He gonna get one. Bro.
Yeah, he gonna get one. Let me clear up real quick. This the only reason why I said this tweet was. Go ahead.
MVP Russ was that dude, and that's all I gotta say.
No, facts. Yeah, the only reason why I said that this tweet was disrespectful, honestly, is just because I know where Westbrook was mentally that year, and just like everything he was going through, and just how long he was already in the league, and just how he had to showcase himself beforehand. I gotta see more from Luka to even put him in this conversation, and I gotta put him like I gotta get an MVP out of him to even think about it. So what you got, Melo? He finna play devil's advocate.
I mean, I don't think it's no devil's advocate because I think Lamp just played to the argument. You know what I'm saying? Like them, they are similar situations.
Yeah, it ain't devil's advocate. They literally are in very similar situations. Yeah. They're all alone and putting up great numbers. I believe they even finished both in the 60s or close to it. I mean, even like so. I'm going MVP Russ. You go ahead and talk it out. You can talk about it.
I thought you was finna.
I'm gonna go MVP Russ, but that's a lot closer than what y'all are because of our love for Russ.
This is my tweet. This is my tweet, y'all. So this is what I wanted to do. So this is what I brought up, man. That's why I didn't want to go too off the deep end on CP3 because I wanted you all to talk about it during my tweet. So the tweet says for everybody that's listening, when you realize it wasn't James Harden's fault and there's Devin Booker standing there just looking sick. That D Book put up 42 points, an efficient 42, bro. You just can't lose those games with the point guard on your team, man. So I wanted to bring this to the forefront for the fellas to talk about. And who do I want to start with? Who want to start it off? Who?
I'll say this.
Go ahead, Melo.
I'll be quick, and then we can just let the discussion roll. But if they find a way to blow this, that name, because I won't call him that, but that name that people like to call that man, gotta go. All right, that's all I'm gonna say, because I done seen this happen time and time and time again. All right, so. If you ask me, Chris Paul is only doing what he does in these situations usually. So I don't really have too much to say about it. I go look at the tape. The tape says it all. I mean, shoot. So whoever wants to go, please chime in. But he's just doing what he does every other time when it gets serious and it matters. So
I'll say this. CP has yet to prove to me that he's that guy when it comes down to it. When it comes down to that, to the nitty gritty, something always happens. My hamstring. Oh, I can't get it together. Oh, let me get in foul trouble. I don't know, but for some reason, I'm gonna turn it over at the last second. Didn't that happen with the first?
So the tape is endless, bro.
So I'm just saying, like, he has yet to prove that when it comes down to it, y'all can depend on him. So with that being said, like I said before I was stopped. All right, Chris Paul. All right. This may be your last field trip. You better quit playing. You better tell the people that it wasn't Cliff out there in the fourth quarter.
It looked like it.
Because it wasn't Cliff with contacts. Did he just take off his glass? Cliff was out there?
He shaved his face. I think Cliff played last
It was Cliff, bro.
It was Cliff?
That was Cliff.
Cliff!
That's the kids when they was watching the game. Yeah, they were daddy. I know it's a Cliff when I see him.
Y'all terrible.
Bro.
I'm telling you, man, this is your last chance.
Hey, man.
Make it happen.
That brother is treading on the thinnest piece of ice, bro.
He's floating. A floating piece of ice right now.
And it is cracking. it's cracking. So there is the Greek sun that's just shining down on this ice. But real quick, Jay, before you go, I do want to address one last thing about your tweet. James Harden ain't off the hook either, though. James Harden, look, you put James Harden and Chris Paul together, and you get a massive flame out. So look, they together, they do some damage. So
because I think James Harden, he didn't want the ball.
James's flame out tape is up there with Chris Paul. So go ahead, Jay.
Devin Book's face says it all. I'm just leave it at this. Phoenix, y'all better not lose game 5.
Go ahead.
Plain and simple.
That out, Remy.
Yep, you take it off, Remy. Better not lose game 5. Yeah, it's the last one.
Yeah, you lose game 5. You can
Yeah.
You ain't I don't see them winning, guys, at Milwaukee.
Like I said,
if y'all seen
left. So, I've seen this and I heard the news and stuff, and I just want to, I want to know how y'all feel. Did the SBs get it right? Are we missing somebody? So let me know what's going on. I'm gonna save my brother here for last. Huncho, what's up?
I don't think so. I mean,
they ain't getting it correct. They got it correct.
Yeah, you look at the man's stats this year, the situation he was in, the predicament. You ain't talking about MVP, so you ain't talking about no records or whatever, the standings, whatever. You best NBA player. Look at that, what that man did over the course of this year.
Hands down.
And it ain't gonna be nobody else that would come to mind in my head.
Okay. All right. Who you passing to? Jay. Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, Jay-Tay.
SB's got it wrong. Jokic was the MVP. I just think it should stick with that. Nothing personal against Steph. I'm just looking at the field. It was Steph, Luka, Jokic, and Chris Paul. And I just feel like Jokic, like I said, nothing completely against Steph. I just felt like Jokic was the best player this season. And, I feel like his MVP was valid, and nothing against Steph because, like I said, man, y'all just said it before, these teams really need to dig in this next game and stuff because, I mean, if you had to pick Phoenix or Milwaukee next year or the field, I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of people would take the field, and Steph Curry's going to be on that level for sure. So, like I said, I just think Jokic deserved it, but nothing against Steph, and I'm not mad that he won it. Shoot, congratulations, Steph Curry, bro. You're a bad man. You always will be. And you said you want to say Melo for last, so whoever want to go.
All right, I'll go and then Melo can go. So, and they're starting averaging 40 at the end of the season, like crazy. And he was hurt and came back and did his thing. So I'm not mad at it. Only thing that I could one of those players. And I also feel like if KD were playing against Phoenix right now, I feel like I would go with KD. If KD were able to beat Milwaukee by itself, like he was almost about to do, I wouldn't be mad if KD won. But Steph definitely. I don't see anybody else. I feel like he, besides PER, I feel like he had a better season than Jokic. But I see what you're saying, Jay, especially because he won MVP. Why switch it up? Like if he's the most valuable player, why not be the best NBA player? But I feel like it's kind of some discrepancies and kind of a little bit of
definitely, yeah.
Best player and MVP. So yeah, I'm definitely not mad at you. Like you said,
Yeah, I ain't mad. Steph a bad boy.
So the only thing I'll say is this, Jay, just because y'all know how I feel about this. I'm not even gonna waste my time going into this. Y'all know how I feel about this. The only thing I'll say is this: just like how I say the GOAT and the boat, I think one can be the most valuable player, but Steph is the best player of the season. And it's like I've seen Steph play Jokic this season, and it was bad. Not individually, but just watching that. Like, if you're the best player in the league that year, and you're the MVP of the league, I need you to step up. I need you to do something. And you was playing the Golden State team with no spinners.
Yeah.
I listen. So it didn't matter who Steph was playing, and Steph was getting double, triple, quadruple team. I didn't see Jokic deal with none of that, and he's 6'3". So yeah, I listen. Thank you. Appreciate you, bro. Putting that up there for us, bro. Putting that up there. I did go with Russ. So you want to we ain't can agree sometimes. We ain't always got to be arguing. Hey, shout out Wardell, Stephen Curry.
You can take that down, Remy.
What's the name?
Oh, you mean unanimous?
And that's
bro. I swear, the last thing I liked on Twitter. I'm gonna pull this up real quick. I ain't even gonna put it on screen, but speaking of, because you just said that, but I just came across the tweet that I liked, and it literally said, "What's the last thing I liked?"
Your favorite player never won a unanimous.
I wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know how it feels.
I wouldn't know how that feels.
Me either.
So. Shout out unanimous. Daryl know unanimous. But let's get it. This that time. Another episode. Let's get to the shout out. That was a good one, bro. We building. We building, bro.
Heated, man.
I definitely like that. I'll go through. I'm talking. Shout out to the guys. You already know the party. What's up was good. Like, y'all need to be tuning in. It's only getting better. This stuff is gonna be gold in a minute. Just wait. But yeah, shout out to my guys. Like I can't do it without them. Shout out to Flyyr Pop. You already know. We ain't said it yet, but I already know Melo gonna cover it for us. So shout out Flyyr Pop. And shout out Flyyr Gaming. You already know what's up. My man's getting merch in. I can't wait for the merch. Oh yeah. I need
merch.
Got that.
Oh yeah.
I got you, bro. I got you. But hey, yeah, go tune in, man. Go see what's up, my boy. Cal, he just streamed at the pool party. That was dope. Shout out.
Shout out the pool party. Who was it?
Oh, shout out my man Austin. You already know what's up. He had his birthday. Shout out to that boy.
Happy birthday.
Shout out Augie.
Shout out Augie.
Big supporter of the show. Big supporter of the show. Shout out Augie B.
Also, you already know what's up. Get your headshots. She coming back as she's better. Shout out to Lid Cherry Photography. You already know what's up, my guys. Go get it while go get it when you can. Especially if you're in Michigan, I'll be hitting her up if you need some pictures. So yeah, shout out Lid Cherry Photography. Shout out my boy Jay. I'm waiting for this cologne, man. I'm waiting. I need me some. I need me some smell good. I need me some new smell good. So I'm excited for that. Can't wait till you got that all set up and put together so I can get me some. And you already know. Shout out to Norris Vision. Bro, you keep working, man. You keep working. I'm trying to keep up. I'm actually trying to get on your level.
Bro, he kicking it with Hall of Famers.
Man, famous.
He kicking it with Hall of Famers. I keep telling y'all that price going up.
And that's one thing that I'm proud of you about, man. You stay consistent, you keep working. That's what's up, bro. So, like I said, the price, like Melo said, the price is going up. Go mess with North Vision if you need some any type of animations, any type of logos, whatever the case may be. This man does it all, videos, whatever the case. So, hey, go tap in. And last but not least, shout out to the frequent Flyers. My music duo group. We on all streaming platforms. We're working on new music right now. We're trying to come out with some singles for y'all, but definitely go tap in.
And hey, 2K, put them on the soundtrack.
Man, fact.
2K, we need some frequent Flyers, bro. Ronnie, get something right, bro.
What's up? So, yeah, FREEQUENT Flyers. Go check us out for real. But hey, you already know. And shout out to it being episode 17. So go ahead, Melo. You go ahead.
Hey, listen. I'm sorry, but listen. Respectfully, I have one shout out this week. Respectfully. Hey, Ma. Happy birthday. I love you.
Happy birthday to a goat.
Man, you feel me?
Thanks.
We appreciate everything I appreciate everything you've done for me, what you continue to do for me. Listen, you already know what it is. I got one shout out, and it's my mom. Happy birthday. Let's have a good weekend this weekend. By the time this drops, it's July 20th, it's her birthday. Hey, so just throwing that out there. Happy birthday.
Happy early birthday.
Man.
Early birthday.
She must be a goat if she gave birth to a goat.
That's what I was going to say. Thank you for giving us a goat. Gracing our presence, bruh. She automatically
bro.
That's wild.
Bro. Like I said, yo, listen, you get it. You get the whole shebang. You get the whole segment for that for me. So
and hold up, since he only has one. Shout out Flyyr Pop.
Thanks.
Hey, shout out to them boys, bro. Go ahead, bro. Who next? Go ahead.
Hey, I'm gonna go next just because me and Melo's tie in, but I only had one shout out this week too. My mama's birthday tomorrow.
Hey!
Happy birthday, Mom. Yeah, my mom.
Both y'all got April birthdays, bro. Both y'all got April birthdays. I was just thinking that. I was like, that's some goat festivity. It's some goat stuff going on, bro.
It's today is July 15th, Thursday. My mom's birthday is tomorrow, July 16th. So by the time you see this, Mom, it'll be Sunday. But happy birthday! I hope you enjoy. I love you dearly.
Yeah, happy birthday. Definitely happy birthday.
Enjoy it. Yeah, so you'll be getting something from me soon too. So
one thing about the party, we love our mamas, man. So shout out to the mamas, man. That's what we doing right now. So shout out to the mamas.
I have no shame of saying that I'm a mama's boy, bro.
I love my mama too, bro. I love her.
Of course.
So so I guess I end the show. So first and foremost, I just want to thank Remy, man. So much that goes on behind the scenes, man. He's always up real late getting this editing done, making sure that we are on point. So I really just want to give a big, huge shout out to Flyyr Pop, Remy. Thank you. Love you, bro. Thanks for everything. And since we ending this on a happy note, y'all gonna hear it here first. Your boy started his acting classes, so tapping back into the acting. You know what I'm saying? So if you see me on TV soon or something, man, we gonna get the podcast popping. So I say that to tell you, working on distribution and licensing for the cologne and everything, but go out and follow your dreams. If you listening to this podcast, you can achieve anything you want to do, man. And that's the vibe we trying to bring, bro. We started this podcast with a dream. We continue to push each other to do bigger and better things. So the message we want y'all to take from this episode is follow your dreams, do what you can, and with that being said, we love y'all. Thank you for the constant support, and that's another episode of the party.
No, bro, that's crazy. But Flyyr Pop.
Yeah.
We appreciate y'all.
Yes, sirski.
Much love from the party. Like I mentioned, that's another one.
It's another one.
Party. We out.
1-7. We out.